Hey, welcome to Shopping with Cheryl. I'm Cheryl, and in this video, I want to talk to you about my eBay experience. Yes, I'm brand new to eBay. I kind of got thrown into it a little faster than what I had planned. I had thought maybe next year I would look at doing some flipping, but it just so happened that I'm now learning how. And I am on the fast track, let me tell you. One of the great things I have learned is if you want to start eBay, follow some of the big sellers that are here on YouTube. Some of them do a live with other people, different people in there. They help answer questions. They've got tons of info. Setting up your eBay account is the easiest part. For me, having product was super easy because I kind of just inherited a house of product. So that wasn't an issue for me. Where I found I had my biggest issue is shipping. Shipping is crazy to figure out, at least for me. I couldn't figure that out to save my life. So I'm still working on parts of that. I've got the small things I figured out. Some of the heavier items, if it's going to go priority or USPS ground, I can figure that out. Learning how to set up the shipping in eBay was another process because you set up template type things. I don't even know what they're called. So I'm being honest with you. I am, in a month, I went from nothing to I've got over 100 things listed now. So I'm learning, and that's why I wanted to share with you tonight, because I'm like, you know what? There's other people out there that are thinking about starting eBay or have just started, and I want you to know I am right there with you. I do Amazon Live. I can do a lot of things. Boy, this eBay has sent me reeling. But I brought out some stuff that's not listed yet. I'm going to be listing this tonight. I did get a big photo booth because it was easier for me in the situation that I've been taking pictures just with my phone. And then I'm going to leave links in the description. One is to my eBay store, so you can kind of see what I have. I started off with DVDs because they were the easiest for me to figure out how to ship. So I've got quite a few DVDs in there, and now I'm moving on to some other things. But I will also have a link to a program called Photo Room. This has saved me so much time. I was taking great pictures, but I needed them cleaned up so they had an all white background or an all black background. And I was doing it myself on my computer, Photoshop, paint.net, whatever you have. I was trying to do it that way, and it was taking me forever. It was a longer process. With Photo Room, I go in there, and if you pay for it, I think it's like, don't quote me on this, it's like $65 a year. Well worth it. I've got my monies out of it already in just a week. But I can upload 50 pictures at a time, and it takes the background out. So if I have, even using the photo booths and stuff, sometimes you're a little off color or you've got a little bit of a shine or whatever, it cleans them right up. Now, it does have some issues if you're photographing something that is white. Sometimes you're going to lose it, or the clear covers on certain things like this. It would have a hard time with this. It doesn't see it. So some of those you may still have to do yourself, or just take good enough pictures that they'll get by. I use a black background for some, but it always, when you do it in bulk, it goes to white first. So some of these things I have a little bit of an issue with using Photo Room, but for the most part, it has been fabulous. I stick all my pictures in there and just let it go. So, like I said, I'm learning. A few of the things I've learned is I had some Hot Wheels cars out here, my last video where I talked about doing eBay. I haven't really started much on them. I've looked at some, and I've tried to analyze how I'm going to ship them because I don't want to ruin the bubble. I don't want the corners of the cardboard to get damaged. I'm looking at how to ship them inexpensively, but deliver the product in a way that the customer is going to be happy. So I know they sell specialty boxes. I'm trying to not spend a ton of money on boxes because I don't know what I need. I don't have one thing I sell. I have a ton of different stuff. And so I'm still learning on the Hot Wheels, how I want to do those. So I haven't even started. When I do start those, I believe I have, between Hot Wheels, Matchbox, and other brands similar to that, I believe I have around 10,000. So that's going to be a project in itself. And I want to do it right when I start doing it. So there's that. See, I'm learning. I am learning. And like I said, thank God for all those other eBayers that have been doing this for years that come on YouTube and they talk about what they do or how to do it. And that's how I'm learning. If it wasn't for them, I'd still be sitting over there trying to figure it out. But then, so my shipping, my pictures, these clear things are causing me a little issue. I also am going to figure out how to mail these so that I don't want a double box where it's going to be expensive, but I don't want this plastic getting bent and ruined on these type of things because it is fairly heavy. The ones I have are still attached, so they're not going to rattle around, at least the ones I found so far in these big ones. But I do want to make sure this is protected and not damaged. Beanie Babies. Let me tell you, I remember back when Beanie Babies were all the rage. And I know my kids had a few. We got them because they were cute. But I now have possession of some Beanie Babies. I've been figuring out with shipping them because I love stuffed animals. I love them. And I don't want to put them just in a mailer where their face is going to get smushed maybe if something heavy gets placed on them. So I've been kind of looking at those two. I know I'm overthinking my shipping. I overthink everything, so I got that. But I just know that if I was ordering and paying for something, I don't want it to come with its face all squished in or something like that. So I'm still looking at what I'm doing with these. But honestly, when Beanie Babies were all the rage back in, I guess the 90s, I'm guessing, because my kids were little, everybody, oh, they're going to be worth millions. Well, there might be some worth millions. I don't know, honestly, if there's any worth millions. What I do know is most of the Beanie Babies I have are not really worth more than, a little bit because somebody likes them. I mean, I would possibly buy them for the grandkids or something because they're cute, they're small, make great stocking stuffers, things like that. But as far as collectibles, at this point, I don't see them being collectible. And what I do is I just go on to eBay and look through for whichever particular item I have. And I look at how many there are. Then I look at how many are sold. And I look at the price for the ones that are sold. And I've learned if I was buying, this would be a whole different story. If I was buying, if there's 2,000 of these and only 100 sold, I wouldn't buy it to resell. So I've got some things that there are billions of. And so that, of course, drives the price down. But at this point in what my project is here is to just sell everything. I'm not worried about that. I don't have a reseller's cost to worry about. I just want to get it out of the house. I've got dishes, Corningware, thermos stuff, all kinds of things. This I actually just found, and this is a play school. Yeah, I've got to clean it up. So take that into account. But this is wood and plastic. And look at this. It went to nothing. It may have just been like a rattle type of thing, but I think it's cool. And I do want to get this cleaned up because I know somebody is going to love having this to display because it's kind of mesmerizing. I just wish it was on a thing and would turn itself. Kind of cool. Couple of the other things I found, I brought one of these out. This is a glass insulator, and I've been seeing a few. I did some research, and they do sell. They're quite heavy. I've got one that's almost 4 pounds. This one is 3 something. I do have a scale, and I'll link to a bunch of my stuff that I had to buy to set up my eBay selling area. I'll put some of that down in the description too. There'll be affiliate links. But these glass insulators, I had no idea. I know my parents used to have a ton of them. I had no idea that people actually kind of collected these, I guess. I don't know, but I've got a few different kinds. This is just one I brought out. And one of my other shipping issues I'm trying to figure out, I didn't clean this, but y'all might remember if you're, depending on your age, the Partridge Family. And this is the Partridge Family game. Now, I've been trying to figure out because packages over, I think it's 22 inches, then you have to ship different. So I don't understand that quite yet. I hope that I can find a video that's explaining it a little bit better so that I can understand it. I'm not sure in what service I have to use to ship something over 22, I think it said 22 inches. Because I not only have a bunch of these type of board games that are older, I also have a bunch of swords. I've got the long tube Tinker toys, things like that are longer. I've got, I don't know how many windshield wiper blades, things like that are longer. And I don't quite know how to ship them yet. It can't be hard. Something's stuck in my brain and I'm not getting it right. And then I want to try to find, like, these are metal. Yeah, these are metal. I've got tons of different ones of these. Each one is different. Most of them are still in their wrappers. So this is another thing I want to figure out a good way to ship so that it doesn't get bent. It's protected, but I'm not costing the customer a lot of money with a big box. So like I said, shipping's been my biggest issue. I'm doing pretty good with figuring out a decent price. I'm trying not to penny it, but I'm not trying to make a mint either because I want it to sell. So I'm kind of going in that low end range from what's norm, but I'm not going to just give it away for a penny and it costs me more in supplies and time than I make. Right now, time, well, I got all the time I guess I need. It's getting cold outside. I'm not used to this weather in the Midwest. I'm used to Las Vegas weather, and let me tell you, it's cold out there. So being inside doing this is not so bad. I've also got even some big items. I have a Chinese or Japanese, kind of like a slot machine, but it's not. It's a skill machine. I don't know. And it takes tokens. I've got one of those. I've got a lot of big stuff that I will probably put on Marketplace. I don't even know how to do Marketplace either because this is all new to me. This couch, believe it or not, it's from about 1958 and it gets reupholstered every few years. So even the couch and the matching chair will be going too. So yeah, I've got to figure out Marketplace because my profile for Facebook, of course, is in Nevada. I'm in the Midwest right now trying to take care of this stuff. So I'm figuring that out too. Now, one of the guys, because I have here in the house, I don't know how many AM, FM battery operated radios. I don't know how many of them work. I know a lot of them do. I have a lot of the clocks, a lot of the radios. This is a weather band radio by Emerson. Now, I've been trying it. It does not work. The light comes on, but you can't get any kind of station or any sound at all. So I was like, I'll just toss it away. Well, I was watching one of the guys the other night, and he said something, and it kind of clicked with me. And not that you're going to get rich, but I'm still debating if it's worth my time. But what I could do with this, because I could sell the whole thing for parts. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't even know if very many of the parts are worth it or if anybody would want it. But what I can do is where the batteries go in. Let me see. This little piece right here, take this off and list it separately, because how many people lose these or break them and they want the replacements? Yeah. The other thing I think I could do with some of these like this, if I was going to mess with it, depends, I haven't decided yet, is this antenna's got a little Phillips screw right here. I can take this antenna off. The antenna is perfectly good. Now, if you remember having these radios when you were younger, I mean, I know some people still have them for when power goes out or anything, but the antenna always gets broke. So I could easily take those two pieces off, list them for a few bucks, and sell them, because there's probably somebody looking for the antenna and the battery piece. The rest of it, to me, I don't see any point in it, and I'm trying to clean the house, so the rest of it would probably just get tossed. Like I said, I don't know anybody that would actually want to buy it at this weight for parts when they want, when I don't know as any of it works. So there's another tip for you that I'm learning, because I'm like, what do I do with all these? Well, I could probably make a few bucks off that antenna and a few off the battery cover. So don't forget that when you're going through your stuff. I've been amazed at watching some of these people, what they find and what they sell, because there was a ton of stuff I would have thrown out, not even thinking. Garbage, boom. I have city directories for this small town in Illinois, southern Illinois, little bitty town, and I've got the city directories from back in 1995 through early 2000s. I've got a Chamber of Commerce directory from like 85. And I thought, oh, I had them in a pile to throw out, and I went ahead and I listed them, because you never know who might want those. Another thing I came across, now I don't know anything about these. I've got patches. This is the Covered Bridge Girl Scout Council Inc. We have 1982 Footsteps of the Founders, Lincoln Trail Counselor. Lincoln, of course, would be Illinois. I've got some other little patches that weren't that. Then I've got Aquila Day. I don't know what that even is. I think it is Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, something like that. I've got more. These are dated. This one for Cub Dad Weekend, Camp Week, something, 1980. This one is a 78. This is an 83. This is 82. And this is an 84. So I was just going to toss them. But apparently there's people that look for them. So I'll probably put them in a little batch. The Boy Scout, Cub Scout things in one, and maybe the Girl Scout stuff in another. So just wanted to touch base with you, show you a few of the things. I mean, I've been listing a lot of coffee cups. I've got I've got probably, I don't know how many. I tried to count and I got lost. Uh, Dog and Suds, 7-Up cups, Dog and Suds root beer mugs. I've got Pizza Hut root beer mugs. I've got root beer mugs from, I don't know how many and from where, all sizes. So those I kind of glanced at today and avoided because I thought, no, I'm going to do some other stuff first. It's kind of been overwhelming when you come in and I'm like, I don't know what to do next, but I want to build my eBay page. I don't have a store. I just have the regular user right now. And what I want to do is I'm going through and picking a variety of things to list to kind of see if something's moving good. If it does, then if I've got a bunch more, I'll grab it and throw it right up too, because I don't know what sells good and what doesn't. I'm still in that learning process. So thought I would give you an update. And oh my gosh, let me tell you the best thing. Okay, I started listing on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving or the night before Thanksgiving, maybe. I don't know when I finally hit list go button. And so that's on a Thursday. Nothing. I thought, oh, this is I'm doing something wrong. Well, Saturday night, I went downtown to the Christmas parade, went out to dinner with my friend and her husband. And on the way back, we're riding in the truck, and I hear my phone. Now, I watch a lot of eBay seller videos learning how to do this, and there is a distinct sound when you make a sale on eBay. And my purse is in the floorboard. We're riding in a big diesel truck, and I hear cha-ching. And I'm like, oh, I think that was my phone. But I didn't want to be rude and grab my phone and be like, oh, I got to see. So I waited patiently. We were on the way back. I waited till they dropped me off at my car, and I got in my car, and, then I opened my phone, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So hearing that first sale was kind of cool. I was just like, oh, but I wasn't sure, and I couldn't check. I should have just been rude and said, everybody be quiet. I think I heard my phone go cha-ching. But I opted to wait. Now, since then, I've had a few more cha-chings. Found out from the post office where I can drop them off when the post office isn't open, or if I don't want to go in. They only have one post office in this town. So it's not like there's other places I could drop it off. I have to take it to the post office and have to pretty much get it timed right. But it's all good. And I'm learning as I go. If you are here and you are brand new to eBay and you're just learning, I'm right there with you. I feel you. And let me know, is shipping like the one thing that went, oh my God, I don't know. Maybe it's something in my head. I just can't wrap everything around that. There's so many variables to it. And what I did do is I take my pictures, I do my measurements and everything for the actual item, and then I go ahead and I find a box and I box it. I wrap it in my bubble wrap because I found out that bubble wrap actually has more weight than you think. I wrap it in the bubble wrap. I get everything, whatever I need in there, if you're going to put paper or peanuts or whatever, and then I weigh it and I write the weight on the box flap. I've got everything numbered with a corresponding sheet, and then I do calculated shipping. I know a lot of those eBayers that are good at this, they just, oh, that's going to go in box number such and such, and it weighs such and such, and they know how much to charge for shipping, just flat rate shipping right away. And they've done it enough to know that. So I did hear one of them tell me, to say in their video, when you start, Now, if anything is first class, I got that. I'm good with that. I'm good with medium mail. But it's once I get over a pound, I get baffled exactly whether if you're sending it priority or you're sending it ground. I don't know how to figure that exactly, especially with the different zones. And I would rather not charge $10 if they live not far away and it's only going to cost $8 to get to them. I don't want to do that. I would rather them put in their zip code and be able to figure out the shipping I need to get it from me to them. Just because right now that's what's easier for me. And I don't know. I don't need to make up money on my shipping end. I'll just add it to the price. Not a big deal. I'm not going to, I see things listed for, $2, but they have $18 shipping, and I know it's not $18 to ship that. I don't care where you're shipping it. So they're making it up on the shipping end. But I'm not worried about that. I just want to get it to them safely and efficiently, not damaged. So there you go. Let me know how your eBay journey is. If you've been doing this for a while and you heard that first cha-ching, is it just me, or did you just get a little excited? And every time I hear it, I'm like, oh my God. And then I want to list more stuff. So I can see where this is addicting. Yeah. You're gonna hear a cha-ching. You're gonna get it all nice and packaged, and then when you send it off, all I can think of is I gotta get home and put something else up because that is gone. So check the links in the description, and we hope to see you in my next video hour. I don't know who I'm talking to. There is a big stuffed gorilla behind you that you can't see, so I'm just here with my little beanie friends. All my beanie friends. And yes, I still have my Amazon going. I still have my Amazon reviews. I haven't done Whatnot yet because I just haven't got to a place where I can do that yet, but it's coming. So have a great day. See you in the next video.